In this video, I am going to discuss the glomerular filtration rate, and by applying the principle of clearance, how we can measure the glomerular filtration rate. So, coming to the definition of glomerular filtration rate. So, it is filtration across the glomerulus per unit time, and the unit is ml per minute. If we consider for whole day, then unit will become ml per day. So formula for glomerular filtration rate is the filtration coefficient Kf multiplied by net filtration pressure, and here also the same principle of Starling forces will be applied, which we will discuss in the previous video. So factor determining glomerular filtration rate is filtration coefficient, which will depend on the total filtration surface area multiplied by permeability, and the net filtration pressure is nothing but a simple Starling forces in which hydrostatic pressure minus osmotic pressure. So, and the capillary hydrostatic pressure minus Bowman's capsule. So B is Bowman's capsule because your glomerulus is in the Bowman's capsule. So pressure of the Bowman's capsule will be known as Bowman's capsule hydrostatic pressure. So this will oppose the filtration, and glomerular capillaries pressure will cause the movement of the fluid outside of the glomerulus, and similarly osmotic pressure of the glomerulus and osmotic pressure of the Bowman's capsule. So this is the Starling forces which are important for regulating net filtration pressure. So now coming to measurement of the glomerular filtration rate. So for measuring glomerular filtration rate, one thing should be important, that suppose a substance which we are using for measurement of the GFR should be filtered only. It should not be secreted, it should not be absorbed. So suppose it is coming from the arteriolar end to the glomerulus, then it should be filtered to the urine. It should not go to the venular end. So this is the basic requirement which we should understand. So input is equal to output, and input is what? From renal artery, what is coming? Renal plasma flow means that is a volume, and if we multiply volume with the concentration, so suppose that substance concentration in the blood and the blood flow, if we multiply it, then we will get the input. And for output, there are two ways: either it will go into the urine or it will go into the veins, renal vein, or it will go into the ureter. So but for measurement of GFR, we assume that everything is going into the ureter, so renal vein will not receive any substance. Okay, and in this formula, PAX is the plasma arterial concentration of X, substance X, which we are using for measurement. Renal plasma flow arterial side, renal plasma flow venous side, venous concentration of the substance, urinary concentration of the substance, and volume of the urine. So coming to the renal clearance. So what is renal clearance? It represents a volume of plasma from which all of the given substance has been removed and excreted into the urine per unit time, and unit for measuring it is volume per time. Okay, so renal clearance is important concept. Please understand this. Clearance is the capacity to clear, and it is volume. So capacity, just for teleology, capacity is volume, capacity unit is capacity is volume. Okay, so definition, for learning the definition, start with the volume. So it represents a volume of plasma from which all of a given substance has been removed and excreted into the urine per unit time. Okay, so as we considered that for measuring GFR nothing should go into the vein, so we have removed venous renal vein component and only urinary component has been considered. So Ux into V, and that is input is Px, and flow, renal plasma flow is now clearance. Okay, so volume, it was a volume, flow was a volume, and clearance is also a volume, so it becomes clearance. Okay, and clearance of that substance which will cause removal of whole of the substance from the plasma into the urine is GFR. That is the definition of the GFR. So measurement of GFR, we use a substance, inert substance, which is neither secreted by the kidney tubules nor absorbed by the kidney tubule, and it is only filtered, and that substance is inulin. So inulin is a polymer of fructose. It is not produced by the body, not reabsorbed, secreted or metabolized by nephron, and it is freely filtered across the glomerulus. So amount filtered is amount excreted. So GFR into plasma inulin concentration is equal to urinary inulin concentration into volume of the urine. So by this formula, GFR or GFR will be UV upon P. Okay, so this formula we should be familiar, and how this formula is derived, that concept is we should know. So GFR is UV upon P, and U inulin concentration, P is plasma inulin concentration. But for using inulin, it will be an invasive process in which we have to inject known amount of inulin and then keep on measuring the inulin concentration in plasma and urine, and that will be a very tedious and also invasive process. Coming to important alternative is creatine clearance. So creatinine is normally produced by the muscle proteins, and it is also a waste material for the body, and it is totally cleared by the kidney into the urine. So clearance of creatinine can be alternative or surrogate marker of the glomerular filtration rate. And this is the same concept which we discussed in previous slide. Inulin clearance, filtered inulin, that is plasma inulin concentration into GFR, excreted inulin, urinary inulin concentration into volume of urine. So GFR is U inulin concentration, urinary inulin concentration into volume of urine divided by plasma inulin concentration, and that is also a clearance of inulin. So inulin clearance is GFR, and it is UV by P. Okay, so I think we have got the inulin clearance. And creatinine clearance, we are considering that creatinine clearance is surrogate marker, and it is non-invasive because creatinine is produced by the muscle proteins. So in this graph, in x-axis, what is represented? GFR in liter per day, and in y-axis plasma creatinine value, that is milligram per deciliter. So graph you see is like this. As the GFR is in the normal side, normal GFR value is near about 180 per day. So as GFR is normal side, plasma creatinine concentration is very low, near about 1 milligram per deciliter. So near about 1. Okay. As the GFR is decreasing, you are seeing it, so it is inversely related. So you are seeing increased concentration of the plasma creatinine. So plasma creatinine can be a surrogate marker of the glomerular filtration rate of a person. And in this table what we are seeing, that produced creatinine should be equal to excreted creatinine. And suppose 1.8 gram per day is produced and 1.8 gram per day of creatinine is excreted. Suppose GFR is normal, 180 liter per day, then the plasma concentration will be 10 milligram per liter, that is 1 milligram per deciliter. So it will be normal. And suppose your GFR is decreasing, so what will happen? Your creatinine level will go sky high, 16 milligram per deciliter or 160 milligram per liter. So as the creatinine concentration in the plasma is increasing, it will show us, or it will give us indirect information that your GFR is becoming bad, and that is, this concept is majorly used in clinical practice to estimate the glomerular filtration rate of a person. So this is about this topic. Thank you for your patient hearing.